Science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke once famously said, "Any significantly advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic." Dr. Harry Shum, who's the Executive Vice President of Microsoft's Artificial Intelligence and Research Group, expanded that statement to say any significantly advanced technology is invisible. I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes demonstrating to you the magic of Microsoft Cognitive Services. So I'm going to start here by doing a sentiment analysis. And if I wanted to do a search for, say, Microsoft Ignite 2016, what this is doing is it's going away and it's looking at news articles based on these particular keywords. And you'll see here, Microsoft 2016. If I change this to Microsoft Ignite New Zealand, we'll now see it refined based on a different set of keywords based on the local content. And we'll see the sentiment is overwhelmingly positive, so 93% positive. And some key words coming out here like Donna Sarker, who's coming up shortly in the keynote. This is a great thing to do if you're wanting to research and have a look at market sentiment. What this is the intelligent kiosk, and it's a bunch of different examples across the Microsoft Cognitive Services APIs. One of my favorites here is the real-time video insights. So if I was to click onto here, you can load up any particular piece of video content. And when you load the content, it'll play the video through, and it will identify actors in the video, it will look at their ages and their emotions, and it will give you feedback based on that process. So let's try this out here.
I'm Saqib Sheikh. I lost my sight when I was 7. I joined Microsoft 10 years ago as a software engineer. I love making things which improve people's lives. And one of the things I've always dreamt of since I was at university was this idea of something that could tell you at any moment what's going on around you.
I think it's a man jumping in the air doing a trick on a skateboard.
I teamed up with like-minded engineers to make an app which lets you know who and what is around you.
I see two faces, 40-year-old man with a beard looking surprised, 20-year-old woman looking happy.
The app can describe the general age and gender of the people around me and what their emotions are, which is incredible. For me, it's about taking that far-off dream and building it one step at a time. I think this is just the beginning.
And of course, what you're seeing there is an example of a project that Microsoft's been working on using the Cognitive Services APIs to help blind people see. And this example here, real-time crowd insights, this is exactly the same application, but running in real time. So we'll see my face here, I'll come off, and then I'll come back into the screen, and it will identify that I'm the same person who was here before. So you could use this in a kiosk scenario when you're wanting to log in and have people come into your organization. My favorite demo here is actually the what if bot. So this is the Project Murphy bot. So I could say something like, since we're close to Halloween, what if I was Dracula? And what this is doing is it's taking the photo that I've provided and it's going on and finding popular images of Dracula and mashing them up so that I can share them out on social media. It's not just the intelligent kiosk. I've got another example here where I've been working on my own application. So this is a cross-platform application like we saw earlier. So it's one set of code that's shared across iOS, Android, and Windows Universal Apps. You'll notice the Android version here written in Xamarin. It shows that my phone is plugged in so I can debug and test and deploy that up onto my Samsung phone. But what I want to show you here is the Windows Universal App. We also saw earlier that Windows Universal Apps can run on the HoloLens, it can run on the Surface Hub, and it can run down on these Raspberry Pi using Windows 10 Core. So I've got a Raspberry Pi 3 here with one of the Sense hats on top with a bunch of sensors. And I can point the camera over at a particular object here and press this button. And this is going to go away, identify the image.
I'm not quite sure, but it could be. A toothbrush is sitting on a table.
I was throwing the camera around. Let's try that again.
I see. A pair of scissors.
Better. And over here, the same application, that was running without any sort of interface, so it was kind of running headless. Over here, it's running with an interface like you would see on the phone or you'd see on a tablet.
I see a 41-years-old man looking happy.
Oh, okay, I'm looking a bit older. I've got some smile lines. So try it with a photo of my grandma and my daughter.
I see 3 people. A 38-years-old man looking happy. A 93-years-old woman looking happy. A 1-year-old child looking happy.
And again, since we're close to Halloween, what if I try and trick it and use a Dracula mask?
I see a person wearing a Dracula mask.
Wow. What if I hold the mask?
A 40-years-old man looking happy. Holding a Dracula mask.
Oh, yeah. So as I mentioned before, any significantly advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. And I just want to leave with one more demo.
A bottle of the Microsoft Ignite New Zealand Rev Hops beer, brewed by Brothers Beer and sponsored by Revra.
And you get to enjoy one of these at the party on Thursday night. So thank you. I'll make the code examples available to all.